Big thanks to Bandai Namco Toys and Collectibles America for sending this out. You can check out Bandai Collect and links to buy this in the description.
Kaiju, turtles, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hey, Collector Steven here, and welcome to another SH Figuarts review, where today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Spider-Man from No Way Home in his black and gold suit appearance. Now, this is going to be the special set. The special set effectively just comes with a support stand, so this way you can have Spider-Man flying through the air, and maybe a couple of other things. Here's going to be the deal. The non-special set was essentially not available in the US, pretty much. So we're going to be talking about the special set, but there is going to be a bonus we'll talk about in the accessory section. So, black and gold suit, is this one going to be accurate to the source material? This is unfortunately going to be a situation where sometimes companies do get information on what a character is going to be looking like way ahead of when the CGI and so forth is going to be finalized. So unfortunately, we are going to have some inaccuracies. However, keep this in mind, we're talking about the product here. So is this one going to be worth adding to your collection? That's the point of the review. So let's take a look to see whether or not he's going to be worth adding into your collection. Yeah, go ahead and save that intro. Good job, Steven. All right, so looks and appearances. Again, you know, for the forearms, the gauntlets, if you will, red, gold, what color should they be? Well, unfortunately, this is going to be what we have for the reason just previously cited. That being said, for Spider-Man here, he does look rather rock solid. One issue that I will hold all companies to is, for whatever reason, it seems like gold paint application is super difficult to get to look clean and not chunky. Thankfully, for what is effectively the panel lining on this figure, which is going to be the gold, everything looks rather nice. The only issue in terms of paint application issue is going to be one white dot on the forearm, on the left arm of the default suit for Spider-Man, because he has the magical gauntlet that he puts on. Yeah, the white is bleeding over just a little bit. Otherwise, as you can see by macro photography, if you're going to be handling this thing, you're not really going to notice much. But when you're up close and personal with a DSLR camera and you're taking those up close and personal pictures, you're going to notice those minor imperfections. Overall, Spider-Man does look solid here. And now let's talk about the articulation, which he does move pretty well as well. Insert goofy Spider-Man pose here. So just having taken a look at this dude yesterday, taking a look at this one today, quite a big difference to articulation, the overall engineering, which is good, I would say. I would have to say proportions are not exactly what everyone would have for their cup of tea, but honestly, I think this figure moves a lot better than the previous one we just looked at, and that one was already fantastic. Amazing fantasy, whatever. You know what I'm going for. So, head, let's look at that first and foremost. So, very easy to pop off because that's how you're going to be doing any of the tricks with the eyes, and that is where we're going to have the ball joint system here. So the portion where the head pops on, that is going to be on a ball joint, nice and move, good. And that's going to plug into the neck on a ball joint, very good movement, such amazing. Then the neck system is going to plug in to the body on a ball joint. So Peter can look up about that far, down about that far, which is good. Okay, shoulders, arms. We do have that floating butterfly system there, which is good. Ball jointed arms at the shoulders, which is good. And as you kind of sort of saw, we can T-pose him with no issues. So he is definitely going to assert his dominance on most of the other Spider-Man Figuarts. Dedicated bicep swivel. There's not going to be anything that's sort of hidden up here that does move. This is going to be straightforward. You know how that works. Double hinge elbows, no issues. Wrists are going to be the same as most of the other Figuarts. The hands are really easy to pop off, but not insofar as you blow on them and the hands pop off. Just that, yeah, they're easy to switch. So peg into the forearm, hinge, and ball joint where the hands plug in. Ab crunch, rather limited in terms of twisting and turning from side to side, I feel like there's a lot of resistance, and I don't want to split the torso piece in half or the chest piece. I don't want to do that, but moving forward and back, not so much. Forward, that's where it's going to be. And as you can see, the waist joint, whoa, that's really cool. We get a gap there when that happens, but still, he looks just fine. All's good, right? Okay, hips, just like the other Spider-Man we took a look at. Do you have an issue with the movement? I don't think so. There we go. Thigh swivels, rather tight on mine, but that's okay. They move well enough. Double hinge knees, ankles, hinge, hinge, swivel, swivel, toe, hinge. Yep, Spidey moves well. That's all we got to say about that. All right, so accessories time, and Spider-Man does come with quite a bit, which is good to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the alternate eye parts. You can see them shrink in size. Not a whole lot to talk about here. You're going to get a little tool that you can use to pop out the eye parts and the chest parts and the back part. Ooh, we'll talk about that more. And it is super simple and easy to do. Just pop the head off, pop the eyes out, and you're good to go. Tom Holland head sculpt, the digital printing looks just fine. Likeness, I'm not sure how many Tom Holland head sculpts they have put out so far. Usually after they put out one or two of insert product here, they hit their stride with subsequent releases thereafter. So likeness, it's fine. If you're a fan, it works just well. Now for the web swinging and slinging. So, like I said, we're going to get web slinging hands, or the thwipping hands, and we're going to have hands so this way he can grab the long web part and he can swing around. This is going to be the issue that I have with white backgrounds. Unfortunately, in some of the action shots, you're not really going to be able to see the webbing. So this is where, and the reason why, I do those up close and personal shots of all of the accessories so you can see the quality of what you're getting here. Real easy, pop off the hand, and there's actually going to be a cup that goes onto the joint. And then you pop the hand back on. Super easy to do. The long web swinging part, it just fits into Spider-Man's hand with no issues. Magical web stuff, you're going to actually very easily pop off the left forearm, and then you're going to pop the new gauntlet on, and then the magical web part goes in the top there, and it looks just fine. And there are a lot of small etched in details there, which is going to be really, really cool. For the chest part as well, you're going to use that little eye removal tool, and on the other end of it, you can stick it underneath the panel and pop that off. Be careful, this and the back panel like to shoot off when removed, and then you're going to put the magical circle part on his chest, and mwah, chef's kiss, he's ready to start slinging those magical webs. Okay, so the support stand, the disc, the base is going to feature the black and gold suit for the head. That overall design looks cool, and it's actually rather transparent. You can see through it, which I think is rather neat. Support stand arm is going to be the typical Tamashii Stage Act 4 design. You're going to have to assemble it. It's not that difficult to figure out how to do that. Now, I didn't really make mention of this because I had fun with it. I want to show you how to use it. You are going to get a magnetic display base with a little extension piece, so this way you can have Spider-Man stick to magnetic parts. The issue with this particular concept is there is going to be a removable part for his back, which you can use for a peg hole. So this way you can put in different support arms, Tamashii Stage and so forth, and particularly this magnetic part. It's kind of at an angle, so Spider-Man is kind of basically just putting his back up against whatever magnetic surface. But if you get creative, you can have him swinging off your microwave in your kitchen. I got bugs in my kitchen. What am I going to do? Now, you're probably thinking, oh, that's risky. That magnet is probably not too strong. Yeah, it's a strong magnet. Don't worry. Spider-Man will stick. So, all right. It was kind of quick, kind of in-depth, but that's everything Spider-Man comes with. But wait, there's more. First production run of this figure, we're going to talk about it more in depth, came with another set, which is really cool, which is going to include its own individual base, which is going to be sort of a grayscale black and gold suit support base, and a Doctor Strange portal, so you can have your characters flying in and out of that portal. Nice. Something to keep in mind here for my particular portal, in the instructions, it says to remove the protective film. I didn't do that. Why? Don't feel like I need to. All right, bam. Here's a 360 spin view of all of the different ideas kind of combined into one for this set. Now, what is the deal with that first production run bonus? So this figure went up for pre-order, was really popular, and the way that the first production run bonus went, they seemingly made more than they anticipated for the figure. So for the first production run bonus, unfortunately, a lot of retailers did not get one-to-one. So it was basically a first come, first serve. So if you are looking to pick this up new at retail, that is something you may want to ask the retailer ahead of time if you need to get that. If you don't, which is just going to be bonus, you don't have to get it, just go ahead and purchase the figure as it is and don't expect to get this. So, like I said, lots of stuff here, especially if you get the first production run set. that makes it just that much better. Overall, you may not be a fan of a couple of things here and there, but when it comes to the accessories, the special set anyway, comes with basically everything you could want for a Spider-Man. If you are looking for other things like maybe support stands or effect parts, however, you know I got plenty of videos on the channel to help you out. Now we'll go ahead and round out the review with a size comparison here, where we're going to have, just to go ahead and celebrate that multiverse little duology that we had, the SH Figuarts Spider-Man, black and gold suit, upgrade suit, and Doctor Strange from the Multiverse of Madness. This should give you a good idea of how they all stand on the shelf together, and with some other figures you just might have. So, buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. Inaccuracies to the source material aside, this is a really neat figure, and though not my favorite Figuarts Spider-Man, that's going to go to the Toei one, I think this is a really, really cool release. I think the articulation is rather solid, and it is rather expressive. I do think that the upgrade suit is going to be a little bit better, just for a couple of different reasons we're going to talk about in that review. Not this one, but this one, it is solid, and I am really, really thrilled that it is available for purchase.
Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.